And something that's not going to contribute very well to the economy, as Sunnyhawkeye said, the Joe Biden actually might give a gas stimulus for people.
Which,
And
will be great for helping people, get to work, but not so great for the health of the economy. The solution is not throw money at it and keep throwing money at it when it keeps failing. I thought, COVID would have taught him that, but whatever.
yeah, and this is the thing. The Senate recently introduced something called the PAC Act. And this was a $400 billion stimulus, or not stimulus, a bill that actually Republicans were going to sign on to.
Oh.
Yes, and this is where I'm like, I don't know. And the reason why Republicans were signing on to this is because it gave certain benefits for veterans, particularly that were, exposed to chemicals during some wars. I think that's a positive. But is that $400 billion worth? I don't know. But Republicans thought, you know
bloated.
what? Right. Republicans were like, okay, Democrats, we want to give veterans the healthcare they need, and Democrats want to give, their checks to the people that donate to them, so let's just compromise on a bill. And that was going to pass. But it didn't. And 25 Republicans actually said, fuck that bill, we're not signing on to it, which is a good thing, but only because Joe Manchin, everyone remembers Joe Manchin, right? The Democratic senator from West Virginia, kind of on this tiptoeing line where he has to please the Republicans, because if he doesn't, he gets blown out by the West Virginians. He also to please the Democrats, because he is a Democrat. He came to an agreement with Chuck Schumer, which is the Democrat. What is it? What is the term? Fuck! I'm becoming Joe Biden.
Oh my god!
He's the leader of the Democrats in the Senate. Okay, he came to an agreement with Joe Manchin on a $369 billion climate change act that would be the most dramatic act we've ever seen on climate change in United States history.
God, no!
Only because I think it was like less than $1 billion would go towards funding in the state of West Virginia. And that's why 25 Republicans said, fuck the $400 billion PAC Act. We're not signing that because Joe Manchin agreed to the $369 billion Climate Change Act. And this is not even the worst part, okay? Because,
not?
No.
It's already plenty bad.
Right. In my opinion, if Democrats really wanted to, they could pass the Climate Change Act and the PAC Act. They have to, play it smart. But what's even worse, and I guess this could be a positive or a negative, I think I'm in between this. Congress wants to do something really aggressive. In fact, one of the most aggressive bills we've ever seen towards China. And this particularly has to do with chip manufacturers. So everyone knows, especially in the car industry,
God,
we are low on chips because we get them from Taiwan, and there's kind of like a supply chain crisis there, and we can't really ship them to America, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Congress decided they want to make a multi-billion-dollar bill worth of subsidies to get American manufacturers to develop these nice chip manufacturing plants to compete with Taiwan, just in case China invades Taiwan, which is not a good signal, by the way, but I understand why we're doing it, and I think it's overall a positive.
Yeah, well, because if Taiwan falls, we won't have to be solely reliant on them, and China won't have that kind of grip on the economy. Well, more of a grip over the American economy than it already does, but
and the world economy.
Well, yeah.
So it's a good thing, right? But
take whatever victories you can get.
I think the Democrats, in order to get this bill passed, are going to make this into a $60 to $100 billion bill.
Oh, God.
Because they want to put in a lot of subsidies for their Democratic partners, because those are the people who get them elected.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did with the PAC Act, right? As I mentioned before, Republicans wanted health care for veterans. Democrats were like, okay, we'll give you the health care, but you have to sign on to other things that we want, and that's how they came to a compromise. I think Democrats are going to do the same thing with this American security bill, right? Mm-hmm. That would ensure we have chip manufacturing in America. And that's the bad thing, because we need this bill more than ever, but it's going to cost a lot, and it's going to contribute to inflation. So will it really be a net positive? Maybe over the long run, but it'll definitely cause some short-term pain.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.